Hi Sagittarius, let's do your reading. So I have a bunch of stuff that came up that actually some of it's on sticky notes and some of it's in a little journal I'm keeping. So we're going to go over that. But I just wanted to show you pre-shuffle real quick. So pre-shuffle, you got the Justice card. So balance could be a legal issue, but I think there's a strong need for balance, and I'm feeling like self-care. But the Star card, we've got Aquarius and Libra energy. I don't know, maybe there's a need, some of you might be focused on your skin. I don't know, I'm getting something like skin. I mean, this is interesting because this deck, every time I use this deck, this is called the Muse Tarot, and it just speaks to me in so many different ways every single time. So I'm kind of floored by this, but it's, look at the awakening coming, and then here, the very next card is awakening. And then actually, if I keep going, look at that, this one too. So, wow. But it's like, these are so, they coincide so well. So it's, the Justice card is about fairness, balance. So let that ring true to you. But this is just kind of actually, as I'm sitting here, blowing me away, because look at the sphere around both heads. And I'm getting, you know, something about maybe, I keep getting skincare. I don't know. Is that somebody's job? But anyway, so this balance, justice, things being fair, evening out. This is also karma. And then the Star card is a beautiful, beautiful card in tarot. It's dreams, it's hope, healing. I'm going to lay out a full spread, but let me just actually, while we're on that, because those came out, let me just go over these notes I have with you guys real quick. I think I wrote this down more than once. Take a break. Okay, so now is a good time to sit back and not push things. Don't push things, you know, kind of like let things come to you. Trying to get my lighting right. I also picked up on like petty bickering. So maybe you've been dealing with some petty bickering and some, you know, like just nonsense back and forth. And so what came to me, and I don't think this has ever come to me before, but I even wrote it down. Sometimes that might be a better response rather than engaging. Somebody says something ridiculous to you. Okay, maybe try it out. Maybe saying, and not engaging. Yes, I never know what's going to come through. Okay, so also rethink, rework, maybe some things that have, you know, backfired that you in the past have forced, pushed. This is a general reading. Take what resonates, take what's helpful, discard the rest. And remember, I do welcome cross-watchers, so sometimes this will be cross-watcher energy I'm picking up on, okay? So I also got slow down on overspending and overcommitting. Don't overpromise, that kind of thing, you know, trying to make everybody happy. Take some downtime. Now is the time to just kind of like let some of the hard work that you've done flow into you. It's kind of one of those periods where I feel like you might be spinning your wheels a lot if you continue to, you know, keep pushing and not allowing, okay? So don't force things, lay groundwork, but just little stuff, okay? Also, I've wrote down hobbies, health, inner work, arts, craft, but little stuff. Nothing like, oh, I'm going to open an art gallery. I mean, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying little, you know, do little stuff. Go with the flow. It's a good time for reading, writing, house cleaning, organizing. Oh yeah, I wrote this down again here. Clean up messes made by overdoing certain things. So revising, recalibrating. This is all like Mercury retrograde stuff too. This is all good timing for Mercury retrograde. Okay. Also, there's a note that says healing is not linear. Life is not linear. We always are going to have ups and downs. Don't think those downs are failures. They're just part of the cyclical. Life is cyclical. Success is cyclical. It's, you know, there's peaks and valleys. And we don't want it to be always a peak. Otherwise, how do we know what a peak is, right? Okay, so also I felt for someone, I'm not saying go looking for it, but if you feel like you're not healing from a rejection or something that didn't go in your favor, you know, that could be an indication that you need to maybe really let yourself feel the hurt, feel the pain, and know that that's okay. It's okay to not be okay. In fact, pretending to not be okay is really not okay. Okay? Okay, so go with the flow, don't force anything. But yeah, when things keep repeating, like if you feel stuck waiting for someone, or we're going to lay out a love spread, but if you feel stuck waiting for someone, or not able to move on or get over someone, you may be, I just make sure you're not like re-traumatizing yourself every single day by reliving that rejection. Okay? Because remember, I mean, nobody's going to really be okay and thrive if they're reliving a rejection every single day. Sad. Okay? So you got to take some little, you know, steps toward, I think there's a lot going on here with needing to balance out healing. Because this is balance, this is healing. I'm just kind of blown away by how similar these two cards are. With the circle, the sphere, and the light. Okay? Okay, let me see. I think I have one more page of notes, and then we'll lay out a spread. You guys can fast forward if you don't like this part. Okay, so this year there's a lot of eclipse stuff going on, right? We kind of had a break, I think, from that in June, July, August, but now like crazy stuff might start. You might start feeling stuff. You might be dealing with insomnia or anxiety. You might need supplements, or I don't know, maybe, I think, just feel like there's I'm feeling health here too. Time to take care of you, okay? So let me just read this real quick. Yeah, relax, slow down, time to lay back, let things come to you, okay? So I feel like things are going to start flowing in, but now is a good time for you to take a break and maybe learn more or work on your health. Focus on your health, you know. Let's go ahead and lay out a spread. Sagittarius, I love you guys. I hope you're well. Hope you're subscribed. Subscribe if you haven't. If you watch the channel, it helps, you know, strengthen the connection. I believe your readings will come through clearer. But yeah, I think Sagittarius, you guys are like one of my favorite signs to read for. Okay, did y'all see that? So major energy here. Wow. Strong energy, awakening. And there's that light shining up again. Wow. Wow, wow. Okay, page of materials. Could be an apology, but the pages are usually, it's also good news. Wow. Interesting. And the ace of materials. Wow. Okay, you've got something major coming, a new beginning, something that it's like a gift from the universe. You're going to get good news, it looks like, and it's going to be something stable. Maybe it's a new job, or maybe it's a person. I don't know yet, but I like it. Okay, bottom of the deck was the devil. You could be dealing with a Capricorn. The devil is toxic. Sometimes it's toxic energy, or a tie, or a connect, or something that like binds you, holds you still. We've got that moth there, or butterfly twice. It's something stale, but it's being elevated. I don't feel like that's necessarily a bad card. Maybe this is think of, I want to say rehab. I don't think it's like rehab as in always, not necessarily like a literal go into a facility rehab, but it's a rehab of maybe breaking habits or starting something new, a rehab of toxic patterns. I don't know, we're going to have to explore that. So your energy, ace of materials, so juggling a lot of balls. I feel like you need to relax, take a break from that. Voice of inspiration, passionate new beginning. That's beautiful. So ace of materials is also can be, you know, like focused attention, hard work. This also, even though there might be some petty bickering, I want to say don't let that, you know, that's normal. So there's still there. Still think there's a good element right now for you guys to have collaborations and you know, join forces. Yeah, 2 materials. So it's like a balance. 2 materials that's juggling. So the person or out the energy surrounding you, the other either a person or whatever energy is in your surroundings. I'm not speaking that very well. 6 of emotions. So somebody, looks like somebody's thinking about the past. This could indicate a return. 6 of Cups. Interesting. Queen of Inspiration. Oops. Heart. King of Cups. So there's a lot of love in somebody or something that you're dealing with. I just also kind of felt like this person doesn't want to fight. Oh, so recent past, 5 of emotions, somebody feels left out. Look at that. The World. Major cycles completion here, major advancement. Somebody might be coming out of or recovering from a toxic situation or habits. Outcome. 7 of materials. It looks like I don't know what that is. Waiting, Hierophant, high-level relationship. Truth, moral compass. This is, there's a lot of stability coming in after what looks like it could be oh, you guys, I have this new deck. I cannot wait to use it. It's called High Vibe. We're going to pull one of these at the end. Yeah, there's a big, major effort on collaboration. Mask, things becoming clear. Something that was blocked. Look at this. Wow. Okay, it looks like it's something that you already knew, but were blocked from seeing. It's like maybe you knew deep down, but you were blocked. But look at how that's, these cards are blowing my mind the way they come out together. So this is talks, this is 7 of voices. Typically it's somebody being, kind of calculated or putting on a fake. The 7 of voices, 7 of swords is often deception. But then see, there's light at the end of the tunnel, and then this is the spy card. So somebody's been watching and saw deception. I think it's deception that couldn't be seen before. Something is coming to light. Major vibe there. And I do believe it's something that you already knew. Maybe it's something you didn't want to admit or see. I gotta say this, if somebody is not acknowledging you, and I don't think this is the majority, but if somebody isn't acknowledging you and speaking your value, telling others, showing it, then they're not qualified to be your person. No matter what it is, whether twin flame or not, okay? Just remember that. If and when that changes, then you revisit. This is King of Stability, the King of Pentacles. Wow. I'm sitting here going, maybe it's not even, I don't even know if it's Sagittarius's turn for a reading. How strange. Yeah, somebody's coming in, and it's there. So whatever has been going on with you, that's interesting. This is mirrors, and I just saw this. Look in the mirror and make a funny face. Okay. This is mirrors, okay? This is conflict. Yeah, I'm kind of all over the place. I apologize. This is conflict. I also kind of feel like it's two-faced, or somebody putting on a fake pretense, pretending to be something they're not. But whatever the struggle or conflict was, there's going to be a new light shined on it. And that's always a good time for us to reflect on how we maybe are doing it too, or maybe something we can like really look at, like, oh, I got to learn from seeing this other person do this, so I know not to do that. Something like that. Also, this reminds me, I don't think I've done a Sagittarius. I'm sorry, I can't remember, but I don't think I've done a Sagittarius reading. I think this is your turn, and so I need to tell you guys this, something that is really valuable I found is take a photo, a baby photo or a childhood photo of yourself, put it on the mirror, and don't ignore it. When you walk in the, when you pass it every day, really look at it, look at it, and look at that person, that little version of you. And remember that little version of you is still inside you, okay? That they're still there. So I want you to look at that and remind yourself every day, that's who you're talking to. When you look at that picture, that is who you're talking to. When you talk to yourself, that is who you're taking care of. And see if that helps a person perspective, okay? Helps you take care of yourself. Strong mirror energy here. This reading kind of blew. Y'all, Sagittarius, y'all's readings are really freaky. The stuff that comes through. I mean, y'all have, I think, probably the very best readings when it comes to strange synchronicities and stuff. But anyway, we've got conflict and mirror work. And this reminded me to tell you that, take that photo. So it says, look into the mirror and make a funny face, one that brings forth a laugh or a smile, and tell yourself that you're amazing. If you have a hard time doing that at first, do that with the kid. Tell that to the childhood photo of yourself. Let's do one more. Just got these. You guys are the first ones. But you do have somebody that does have a lot of love. Queen of Inspiration. Somebody who has a lot of love and is thinking about the past. Somebody's thinking about you fondly. And there's a sadness. It's a cycle completion with sadness. But you've got a partnership coming in. But you don't have to force it again. Let it grow slowly and stable, okay? We've got Taurus here. We have you, Sag, of course, Capricorn. I want to say Libra. Oh yeah, the Justice card was Libra. Wow, we have you twice. Sagittarius, very strong. Okay, Taurus, Virgo. Oh, I don't know. This pulled my attention. When you keep repeating past events, I think I said something like this in the beginning. Hold on. When you keep repeating past events and mistakes in your mind, you bring your energy down. Okay, how crazy is that? Say to yourself, I forgive you. I did the best I could with the information I had at the time. Take a deep breath. There you go. Unbelievable. Beautiful reading. So that I touched on this earlier, rewind if you need to, but there was a message came through about if you're reliving a sad event, you're, devastating yourself, traumatizing yourself over and over every single day. So if that is the case, then now is a good time, when it comes up again, now is a good time to deal with it. Feel the pain. Write it down. Why do I feel that way? Is it even true? Because a lot of times we catastrophize things in our minds, and it's harder to do that when we write it down. When we write it down, we have to actually make it make sense to put it into words. And like 80% of the time when I do that, I'm like, oh, I was totally twisting this in my mind. And even if you are right and you really were valid, valid, and obviously you're valid in feeling the way you feel, but even if you were right, it sorts out the thoughts and it makes it clearer, rather than these jumbled thoughts circling our mind every day, and then we don't ever get anywhere because we're circling a loop that's not clear, trying to find out. Anyway, if you're repeating sadness, something like that every day, write it down. Otherwise, this is a really, really good reading. This is about something coming to light that's been hidden is something that you either didn't want to see or something you already knew. But there is collaboration. Threes, collaboration and cooperation are coming. Ah, orphaned. So kind of like this one. Abandonment. So you may be tricking yourself into thinking, you know, that it's like if we have an abandonment wound from childhood, then all these little things might trigger it. We might connect a new person to an old wound that really isn't even about the new person. I don't think I'm going to read that. Okay, I'm going to read this one. Fork in the road came up. Look. Blue bird. I mean, blue jay. Orphaned. What number is that? Where is it? Okay, number 5. Page 16, which to me kind of breaks down to 5. Okay. A sense of loss, an identity crisis, recognizing that you don't fit in, the need to belong, uncertainty about your place. So it says, we were all meant to have connections with other people, with our families, society, and the larger culture. No man is an island, and it's important to recognize when being a part of, rather than separate from, is essential for your well-being. The issue at hand is the need to find where you fit. Be true to your core truths and values. Perhaps you no longer identify with a group or community in the way you did before, and you need to find a new situation. You might be feeling a deep sense of loss or confusion. Address the need for belonging and know that you will find your place with others of like mind and spirit. It's okay to let go of pressure to fit in. Not everyone will understand you. It's time to move on. So something is majorly shifting. So the relationship part says, as you shift and evolve and commit to your own growth, you long for support but may be disappointed by hurt by others who are not providing what you feel you deserve. Perhaps you're drifting away from the relationship because you're in a different stage of personal growth. Perhaps you're in a new relationship and discovering you don't share the same values or beliefs, so you feel left out, unable to get that intimate place of safety and belonging. Take heart. A spirit knows you and loves you and will steer you in the direction of those who accept you as you are without artifice or agenda. Don't compromise yourself to belong. It just won't be worth the price. Okay, so this is pulling it at me too. The prosperity section says this card reminds you that you can't be all things to all people. You're not going to be popular with everyone, and that has to be okay with you. Be clear about your mission, your brand, your work persona, and your contribution to the world, as these must be based on what you authentically have to offer, not something you think you will sell or you perceive they may want. So be true to what you have to offer. Don't shape yourself according to what you think others want. Be true to who you are and your authenticity, okay? You will attract abundance by being completely yourself. Stay in your own lane. That's where you will shine and experience prosperity. Okay, the shadow side of this card speaks to the essence of abandonment. Perhaps you feel a need to remain apart because intimacy is too threatening. It also warns you against creating inappropriate family structures in order to conceal old wounds. It's time to address the unhealthy alliances you formed and make a decision to heal the past. You will not be abandoned by the world if you claim yourself as a whole. Not all relationships are dysfunctional, and not all of them will disappoint you. Don't abandon yourself. Right. So there's a big issue, I feel like, with people now because of social media. It kind of rewards people for the wrong things, and then those that are true and authentic sometimes, and they don't get the fast hits, but those fast hits that are BS, those don't sustain, and those people that it isn't going to be a reward that you want. You know, there's not long-term happiness in that. Anyway, it's time to address the unhealthy alliances you formed and make a decision to heal your past. We talked about that. Whoops. That's when I said, if you keep revisiting some sadness, it's maybe time to deal with it and heal it. And sometimes you got to feel it to heal it, guys, right? You will not be abandoned by the world if you claim yourself as a whole. Not all relationships are dysfunctional, and not all of them will disappoint you. So don't abandon yourself. You can connect to others in a healthy way once you recognize your patterns and consciously choose to interrupt them. Life wants to love you. Let it. So strong mirror energy here. But you also have somebody coming from, it looks like somebody from the past. That doesn't mean you're going to want to be with them, but somebody does love you a lot and has a lot of emotion for you. Let me get a little bit more. You definitely have something very stable coming in. This Hierophant could indicate somebody older, wiser, guidance from somebody older, wiser, but there's a strong element of collaboration and joining forces here. But I just want to remind you what we had in the beginning was not to push. You don't have to push right now. You know, it's okay to take a break and allow things to come in. Do little stuff. I'm not saying lay in bed all day, but, chop wood. There's just a strong need for balance here. This also is like clean up messes. I had that in my notes. So very congruent, beautiful reading. Major great things coming. Things are also being brought to light and stability is coming. But there's a strong message here not to push. Let me just see if I get anything else. Tell me about the person that Sag is feeling or thinking about. Whoops, could be a fire sign. Queen of Wands, somebody passionate, action. There's Eight of Pentacles again. I thought we had 8 and, yeah, 8 of Pentacles here. Tell me about this 8 of Pentacles. There's a lot of love, but this person may not have been the most stable. It looks like that's something that they're having to fight with. Interesting, the cat that ate the canary. This is abundance, love, being okay. Wait. Self-love sometimes. A lot of freaking emotion with this person. Eight of Pentacles. Tell me more about the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, this person's having to take off a mask and grow up. This person might have been, a bit immature, inconsistent, and oh yeah, conflict. It's because they've dealt with abandonment, and it does look like parents. So, but you can only fix you, right? The King and Queen of Swords. Difficult parenting or childhood. But this person is, somebody here is having to kind of face some shadows. And maybe that's why it's best to just let that work out on the sidelines and you just kind of take care of you right now. Okay. I love you guys. Let me know in the comments. And please subscribe if you watch the channel. And I love to see where you're watching from if you just want to say hi. I tell you guys this all the time. Some of my favorite comments were the first time I got hi from Holland and hi from Sweden. I love to connect the dots of my prayers, where I'm reaching. So anyway, say hi if you want, and I love you. I will see you soon, Sagittarius. Things are going to play out, and now's a good time to relax. Love you. Bye, Sag.